Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be great to discuss and talk about those early postpartum days and some things that you can do for your friends, for expecting parents in those early days, in those first few weeks, in a couple of months, to really help support them along their journey as if they're new parents, if this is their third kid, things that I have either received or who have also given and helped supported those parents who are navigating those early postpartum days, and what I think from my perspective has been really helpful and what has been received really well. So a couple of thoughts and ideas, and I'll try to keep this video pretty short for you guys and straight to the point. I'll start with things that we received from our friends and family during. We have two kids. We have a son and a little girl. So both postpartum experiences, I'll kind of touch on the things that our friends and family did really help us. First of all, both times around, we actually invited our friends and family to come over to help us with some meal prepping. And I think having a freezer full of meals was huge. Even though we did that, we also had friends and family who visited us in those early postpartum days bring us meals, like any kind of meal. Anything was amazing to have on hand, and I'm talking like things that you can just stick right in the oven to cook, things that you can stick in the microwave, like super simple things, crock pot meals, things that they can just like set and go. And I say they, but you know, we did a lot of crock pot meals. We did a lot of things that you could just microwave. And the simpler it is, the better and easier. And things that you can cook and then just throw away. One less thing, like if you're going to bring them a package, like a prepackaged salad, bring them the paper plates and utensils. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Even though like we had that stuff on hand, just having it all together in a package was really, really nice. To just have the utensils, the napkins and plates. It was just really nice to have everything all together, and it was so helpful. Especially when you're in such a fog in those early postpartum days. So food, anything that's simple. What was also really great was getting like we got loaves of banana bread. Oh, it was so good. We had like big chunks that we would just thaw at a time and like be able to like cut slices when I'd be starving in the middle of the night. It was so nice to just like have chunks that you just cut and eat. And that same breath, like any kind of muffin was great because they were super easy to thaw. Along the same lines for food, it was also really nice whenever we could get something fresh, like, you know, salads, vegetables, fruit, like things that are already cut up and ready to eat and go. It tasted amazing, especially when we were having so many crock pot meals. It was nice to also get some of that really fresh vegetables, fresh fruit to add in. It was just a bit of freshness that you forget about when you're in such a fog in that postpartum. Those are really helpful. Anyone that visited, or when we have visited friends, it's we're checking their sink, doing dishes, checking their laundry, putting in a load of laundry. And to help this before postpartum, it was hey, let me learn your routine. How do you do the laundry? How do you set your machine? Just getting those bits and pieces of notes of how they run their household, just so I can do it similar to how they would also want to do it, I think is really helpful. Oh, one more thought about food. Another thing that I also talked to my friends and family about ahead of time are like some of the key like food and meals that they like to pick up themselves from either fast food restaurants or local restaurants by them, so that when I'm coming to visit, I can also place an order with a meal that I already know they enjoy, and having that listed out on my phone, just like in a notes section, so that I can just go pick that food up, and I know I can just drop it off. Like, I don't even need to see them. If I'm in the area, I can just pick up some food and drop it off, send them a text, give them a call, hey, just set some food outside, and they can get it, and then it's fresh and it's hot, and I know it's something that they like and enjoy, and I don't need to bother them, because as you know, postpartum, you don't know when you're going to have time to check your phone. It could be hours, it could be days. And so just having some of these conversations ahead of time and getting some of those details, because they're going to forget. But because you have it on your phone, you are going to be able to drop that off for them, and you don't even need to discuss it with them. Just do it. Cup of coffee. I've done that before for some friends. Just picking up a cup of, like a hot cup of coffee or tea, whatever their drink of choice is. And you just know this information because you know them. They're your friends and family. If they, really like a particular drink, you could just, go and pick it up from the grocery store, or go purchase it from wherever it is that they like. Just any bit of joy that you can add into those early postpartum stages is really helpful, and you are really seen by those individuals. Any help and support that you can give them is huge. Some other things that we've done is we most recently we cut up some vegetables and fruit, and we also threw in cheese sticks, just like some snacky stuff, because we knew these friends, they already had a bunch of items in their freezers, but let's get them some fresh stuff and some snacks. And so we wrote little fun notes on them, we did some hard-boiled eggs, and we just did some little fun notes with see as they're unpackaging the stuff or going through it. It's just, we know those little small things that can bring a smile on your face can sometimes make all the difference. So anything that's fun or lighthearted that can bring a smile, to those early postpartum parents, I think is huge. So let me think if there's anything else. We went over a lot of food ideas, support, the dishes, the laundry. And I honestly, I'm sure they already have everything for the baby. If you're wanting to do something extra, for sure, get them extra wipes, get them, extra clothes, get them something cute for the baby. Just anything that could help, I think, is huge. And they're going to love it. They're going to love that you're there and supporting them. Any outside work, depending on the season that those parents are going through postpartum, if there's something that you could just do outside, or taking the trash out, switching the dishes in the dishwasher, sweeping up, mopping, anything. If you're going into their house, anything that you see, definitely do clean up. Anything outside of the house, if right now it's fall, so raking all the leaves and then getting those all packaged up and getting those to the road, I know would be really helpful. But I think, food is huge. So hopefully you got some good takeaways, some good ideas from the food, because I feel like we have really taken the time to be thoughtful in the different food options, because one less thing that you need to think about as you're taking care of a new little tiny human. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you found some of these helpful. If you have any more tips, definitely drop them below. I know a lot of mine revolved around food and just taking care of the house and upkeep, but really those are the core essentials. And hopefully you got some nuggets from here, and how you can be present for your friends or family if they're going to be new parents, expecting parents, just so you can show your support in another way, and things that will actually be received well, and your individual's best. So take this with a grain of salt, but use what is going to be most beneficial to those new expecting parents, and they're going to love you for it. The fact that you are trying to think of ideas is huge. They're going to love it, and they love you. And just enjoy the moment. Give them little cards, little treats, little whatever it is that you think will bring them some joy, and do that, and it will be received really well. Thanks guys, and I will see you next time.